Hi, dear students. I hope you're sound and safe and you're enjoying your time. And you are I hope you're okay with your studies. This is the first session in form of virtual learning, actually designed and developed by the University of Zabul. I need to be short enough in order to prepare materials which are not voluminous. Actually, for each session, you need to analyze and study only one of the video clips, which are actually representing practical teaching or teaching practices by international teachers. What we are going to do is that we want to know what happens when we say a teaching practice is successful and effective. I want to mention and discuss some of the key ideas that an EFL teacher knowledge base is important, and his knowledge base includes content knowledge. But content knowledge means that when you are an EFL teacher, you need to be you have mastery of different perspectives of or different aspects of language, target language, sometimes source language. For example, one of the perspectives is grammar. You should know grammar and syntax. You should have a good command of English vocabulary and also English pragmatics, syntax, semantics, and different perspectives. You should have, as an EFL teacher, a good command of these perspectives, okay, knowledge areas. For example, you should be familiar with reading, writing, and also listening strategies, reading comprehension strategies, and skills and sub-skills of language. The other important knowledge area or aspect of knowledge base is as a teacher, your cognitions of teaching. Your cognition means in Persian ذهنیت شما از تدریس. Your understandings of teaching should be clear, of high quality. Then you should be actually a good teacher. You should have the skills of a teacher. You should have the identities of a teacher. For example, it means that a teacher is a collaborator. A teacher is a good friend. A teacher is a materials developer, materials selector, materials evaluator, decision maker, assessor. You should acquire all of these identities, which each of which requires a set of skills. Then you should practically be able to apply the skills and techniques that you have acquired. Okay, so as a teacher, as an EFL teacher, your cognitions or ذهنیت شما, understanding شما should be of high quality. You should be equipped with skills of teaching and also practices of teaching. The third one, which is very important, is you should be equipped with teaching discourse or the discourse of a teacher. By discourse of a teacher here, I mean you should be able to use the kind of language used by language teachers, by professional language teachers, yes? So the language used by language teachers, for example, if you want to greet, if you want to explain something, if you want to exemplify something, if you want to start, if you want to continue, and if you want to terminate your lecturing and your instruction, what kind of language and pragmatic features are used? You should be familiar. Okay, that's why that I asked you to not only watch and observe some of the international teaching practices by international EFL teachers, successful teachers, you need to analyze their actually the skills that they employ. You need to analyze their behavior, their actions, okay, what they do, their teaching practices, and most importantly, their discourse or the kind of language they use as language teachers. Okay, when you are actually analyzing the teacher's discourse, you should create an association, define an association between the function for which they use the language and the form of the language they use. For example, the function means that teachers need to greet students. So here, one of the teachers, in one of the example, the teacher actually uses hi guys, okay? So this, when you actually observe this teaching practice, you can use hi guys, hi dear students, hi actually dear, for example, teacher students. Teaching a skill. Then when you analyze and reflect on the teaching practices, okay, by these international teachers, again, you can actually learn some skills, some techniques, some practices. For example, here in this actually example or by the teacher, explicit teaching means that he explains, okay, grammar plus examples. This is one of the simple strategies by the teacher. And now I actually go to the video clip and I try to play it, and on the movie I try to explain and discuss some of the points. Okay, watch please.
Hi guys, I'm Alex. Thanks for clicking. And now in this lesson we're going to look at all the various functions. Hi guys, I'm Alex. Thanks for clicking and welcome to this lesson on gerunds.
Okay, you can find here how he greets, the kind of language he uses. Hi guys, I am Alex. Okay, in this way he introduces. Okay, you may think that as a teacher, as a language learner, you know how to introduce yourself, but here you can see that the teacher, an international successful teacher, okay, uses these simple phrases and clauses or language features for actually the function of greeting. Function means ما چه کار با زبان انجام میدیم، هدفمون چیه. This is greeting, salam علیک کردن, hi guys, okay. So then introduction, he introduces himself, I am Alex. Then thanking, okay, or actually welcoming. This is this third actually what function used. Okay, so here we have one actually line here, greeting. Then we have introduction. Here again we have thanks for clicking. It means a kind of it can be considered within the function of greeting, but he thanks for clicking. And welcome to this lesson on gerunds. Again, the function is welcoming, again introducing the lesson. Okay, so how many functions you can find here, how many purposes you can find here for which language has been used. In 2 lines you can find a number of functions and a number of useful, simple, easy to learn what language features, language structures. Okay, so if you analyze the language used by this teacher in this way, you can learn in the future as a teacher, when you go to teach, how you should start, initiate your teaching, how to actually teach, how to continue your teaching, and how to terminate your teaching or close your teaching. Okay, so look,
Now, in this lesson, we're going to look at all the various functions that a gerund.
Okay, here again, the function is introducing the lesson, the purpose, the objective of lesson. He uses these structures, okay?
Gerund can have in a sentence. So before we begin that, we should understand what a gerund is and how a gerund is formed. If you look at the title, you can see that a gerund is basically a verb.
So he actually, after greeting, after welcoming a successful teacher, introduces the lesson and the objectives of the lesson. Then he goes to the content. He goes to introducing the subject matter or the content of the lesson.
So what is it? Is it a verb? Is it a noun? Well, it's actually a verbal noun, which means that while it looks like a verb, like for example, in the first sentence we have running, it can perform the same functions as a noun.
Okay.
So think of it as a verbal noun, leaning more.
In terms of teaching a skill, you can see that the teacher has actually provided a number of examples, 6 examples, and this is one of the techniques that if you write down a number of easy examples for your teachers, okay, then you can go refer to the examples and explain. So he is using explaining or explicit teaching plus examples.
More towards the noun part, okay? So let's look at the 6 ways that we can use a gerund. The top one says, running is good for your heart. Now, as we've identified, running is the gerund. And in this situation, running is clearly the subject of the sentence, right? So a gerund can be the subject of a sentence. Just like...
One more point here. Dear students, working this way, not only you learn how to teach gerund, but you learn gerunds. You do not need to study different textbooks, grammar textbooks, grammar sources to learn gerunds. One of the important knowledge base areas of teachers' knowledge base is to have content knowledge, to know, to be familiar, to have the knowledge of different aspects of, for example, grammar of English. So you do not need to study other sources, other textbooks to learn gerunds, for example. Okay, by observing and analyzing and actually reflecting on these videos, not only you can learn the content or the subject matter knowledge here, which is gerund, the grammar, and then you can learn how to teach it, and finally, and most importantly, you learn what language as a teacher you should use when you are teaching. If you gradually study and a number of actually these clips, after a while, I'm sure that you can equip yourself with useful, simple language features which are usually and regularly used by international, successful EFL teachers.
A noun, right? So running is what you're talking about, the activity of running. You follow it with a verb, is good for your heart, okay? So in the second one, we say, he hates waking up early. Now, what is the gerund? The gerund is waking. It's actually complete thought here, waking up. In which position of the sentence is the gerund in this sentence? So we have he, which is the subject. We have hates, which is the verb. And then he has to hate something, right? So in this situation, what he hates is the object, just like a noun. It can be pizza or anything else here. Think of it as a noun. Okay.
Okay. As you can see, the teacher actually, through 6 examples, tried to actually explicitly teach and exemplify different ways gerunds can occur, can be used by the actually language learners, language users, and he actually tried to clarify the points and the functions, purposes for which gerund can be used. Okay, so if you watch this video, you can learn actually many things on gerund and also the way he teaches. And the other thing is that you can learn what kind of language is used actually, or language features used by a successful language teacher.
There we go. So, as you can see, there are numerous ways that we can use a gerund. It's not just a simple type of word with only one function. It has a variety of functions in a variety of ways that we can use it in different parts of a sentence. Now, do not confuse, never confuse a gerund with a continuous verb. So if I say, she is running, okay, I am describing her action in the moment. Running is not a gerund. Running is a continuous verb in this situation, okay? So that is really the most common confusion. Don't confuse a gerund for a continuous noun of a sentence. Waking up, favorite activity. So it can be I round, or her cooking. Or I can sending of this knowledge. As always, you can check out the quiz on ingvid.com. Take care and good luck, and don't forget to subscribe.
Okay, here you can see that when he wants to say goodbye and actually say good wishes, take care and good luck. Okay, this is one of the functions actually, which is actually something further than the language he uses to actually explain and explicitly teach or provide examples of the content knowledge or the content of the subject matter he is teaching. And finally, you can say that a teacher can say take care and good luck, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, this is actually an assignment or invitation.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. See ya.
Okay, thank you, dear students. Thank you for your kind listening and attention. I had to be short enough because of the short span of space and because of problems of volume, that it's not possible to provide you with voluminous actually files in this actually a virtual learning space which is created by the university. As I tried to point to the main points that you should pay attention, your assignment and task is to closely and carefully and critically watch these video clips, which are actually teaching practices. Please analyze the activities by the teachers, analyze their language uses and also techniques used by them, and in this way I'm sure that you can improve your cognitions, you can actually improve your teaching skills, and also you can equip yourself with some successful and high quality teaching practices. Thank you. See you later.